Hi there, at 10 p.m. tonight on NDTV on Verified with me. Our top lead is going to be the pollution emergency in the national capital. We are asking whether it was willful negligence, whether it was some sort of indifference, or was it political scores being settled on your health. Our second lead is going to be about Rishi Sunak, the man from Indian origin who is now becoming the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. What has Rishi Raj been for India? And can India claim Rishi Sunak? Third story, the sad one coming in from Kannauj in Uttar Pradesh, where a girl, badly injured, teenager, asking people to help her out. And what people were doing? Simply taking videos, taking pictures. What does this say about us as a society? So tune in at 10 p.m. on Verified, where your voice is most important.
Very good evening and welcome to Verified. You know my top leads, but this is a brand new show on NDTV. Every night at 10 p.m. we will come to you with the stories that have, like the NDTV tradition, not been doubly checked. We are absolutely sure every information that we give you, it has been verified and is fact checked. But apart from that, on this show, your voice, your perspective matters the most. Every story that we will do would be trying to see your point of view, would be about how it impacts you. Welcome to Verified. Let's start with the headlines. Delhi air quality worsens day after Diwali. Farm fires, crackers haven't affected Delhi's AQ much. Not just Delhi, Mumbai's air quality also worsens. Rishi Sunak takes over as the youngest Prime Minister of United Kingdom in 200 years, acknowledges the UK economy is in crisis, says, I will fix mistakes. Bruised and bleeding, teen appeals for help. All that ignored. Bystanders offer no help, make videos instead. Zero empathy in face of acute distress. And WhatsApp back after 2-hour disruption, longest ever global WhatsApp outage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with my top lead this evening. And of course, that is the worsening air quality in the national capital. Just a day after Diwali, the official bad air season has begun. There has been the spike after the crackers were burst last night. Why am I saying that we are being now welcomed into the official bad air season? We are literally breathing poison, and despite a lot of people patting their back for this to be one of the safest Diwalis in terms of air pollution we have had. Just take a look at these numbers before we talk further. Just take a look at these numbers. This will give you a sense of what, in fact, Delhi is breathing right now. 298 on the AQI. This is several times more than the 50 AQI, which is safe. Under 50 is safe and healthy for human beings to breathe. Noida, NCR region, 298 in Noida as well. Gurugram also recording poor air quality at 290. And apart from that, the entire NCR region, there are other parts of the country which are also right now reeling under extremely bad air. I just want to give you some more data, in fact, on this, just to give you a sense of how bad the situation actually is. Just take a look at these numbers as well, which will tell you that this entire the gas chamber that we talk about beginning to form. Lethal air pollutants are 60 times higher in Delhi from what they should be. Bursting crackers on, the cracker ban has completely failed. Look at the AQI. It is from the poor quality has gone to the very poor quality on Diwali day. Let's move on and just get a sense of how this is going to impact as far as people are concerned. The quality of air which you are breathing, for many it would be, if you're a non-smoker, it would be almost about 30 to 40 cigarettes that you are smoking in a single day. Now, with this, ladies and gentlemen, big questions do come up of what our governments are doing, what we as society are doing at this moment. Now, the National Capital Region's air quality, as I told you, is from bad to worse. The cracker ban has completely been flouted. It has completely failed. Delhi AQI has worsened from poor to very poor. And Tuesday evening, there is slightly improvement in the AQI. The lethal pollutants in the national capital have spiked 2.5 particulate matter is at the range of 700 to 900 in parts of Delhi. 60% more than the permissible limit or the safe limit as far as Delhi is concerned. It's just not the cracker pollution, vehicular pollution, and the beginning of this entire the stubble burning season has also contributed, in fact, to this entire pollution menace. And all this, ladies and gentlemen, despite a ban by the Supreme Court and the Delhi government on sale and purchase of crackers. I mean, this entire ban was up in flames. And you know why I'm saying this? A lot of people like me have been thinking, is this willful negligence on our part, willful defiance on our part, because there was a threat for jail as well and fine as well? Or was it just indifference from many of us? Or did we, in fact, are caught in some sort of a political game or a ploy between political parties? Why I'm saying this to you? Because just take a look at this video tweeted by BJP leader Kapil Mishra, literally gloating over the cracker ban going up in flames. We'll just put out that video by Kapil Mishra, which he put out on his Twitter feed. Just take a look at this. This was captioned with various captions last night. He in fact put out this video saying that, the cracker ban which has been put by Arvind Kejriwal has completely gone up in flames. This is defiance, ladies and gentlemen. It's just not a political brownie point being scored. Remember, the Supreme Court had just short while back told BJP leader Manoj Tiwari that if he had gone to the Supreme Court with a petition that the cracker ban should be lifted, the court said, use your money for sweets and let us breathe, better air quality. Despite that, this entire game continues. How has the government of the day in Delhi reacted to it? Let's listen in to what Gopal Rai told us.
दिवाली के अगले दिन प्रदूषण का स्तर तेजी के साथ बढ़ता था। आज पिछले 5 साल में सबसे कम प्रदूषण का स्तर सुबह सुबह मापा गया है। 30% से ज़्यादा प्रदूषण का स्तर पिछले साल की तुलना में इस साल कम हुआ है।
Despite all this, and don't be surprised when I tell you this, 2022 Diwali is least polluted in the last 5 years. Just take a look at these numbers. We are tracking it from 2018 when the air quality was 281, 337 in 2019, goes up to 414 in 2020, comes down to 382 and then has come down to 312. So it has been one of the least polluted Diwalis that we have celebrated in the last few years. It is just not the national capital. This is a bigger problem. 70% of Indian cities, ladies and gentlemen, have bad air quality. 121 cities out of the 173 reported here have bad air quality. 70% of Indian cities have been, in fact, much above the permissible limits. 6 cities have very poor air quality, all in UP, Haryana, Punjab and Rajasthan, just around the national capital. Apart from that, the bad air quality is a problem which not only Delhi is facing, but take a look, the air quality in Mumbai is in poor level. In Chennai, Visakhapatnam, Udupi, all in the red level, that is poor. Only 52 of 173 cities have seen the air quality which is fit for human consumption and in green. That's what in fact tells you about what the kind of air that we are breathing. Let me give you some more data just to elaborate on the point of how bad things have been for us. Just look at what Mumbai has been breathing in terms of numbers, 216, which is in the poor category. Move forward. Chennai is once again on 227, which is also in the poor category. Jaipur, the capital of Rajasthan, 261, which once again stands in the poor category. But, you know, we can hardly, in fact, give any credit for, while people say that this has been one of the least polluted Diwalis in the national capital. You think that our contribution, there has been any contribution from our side on this? Well, I don't think so. We just have been lucky because of the weather conditions. Just take a look at what the experts told us.
So this year actually the Diwali falls in October, and October is a little warmer as compared to November. So and winds also favored this time, and winds were northwesterly, but relatively better wind speed. And if you see, then this year actually this GRAP stage 2 was implemented on 19th of October. Means 3 days in advance of what we predicted that it may go in very poor category on 22nd October. So the control measures taken by the Commission and Delhi government has really added to the improvement of air quality.
Okay, so as I told you, for us it is not the political voices which fight with each other that matter. It is your voice. We have Rajiv Jain. He happens to be the president of the Firecracker Dealers Association in the national capital. We also have Bharti Chaturvedi, who is the founder and director of the Chintan Environment Research and Action Group. Mr. Jain, are you among those citizens who yesterday, were bursting crackers and who actually thought that it doesn't make a difference if we burst crackers on Diwali?
जी, मैं इस बात पे ये आपको स्पष्ट कर देना चाहूंगा कि सिर्फ दिल्ली ही एक ऐसा स्टेट है पूरे भारत में जहां पे कि दिवाली क्रैकर्स बैन करे गए। 28 स्टेट और 8 यूनियन टेरिटरीज, एक सिर्फ दिल्ली ऐसा राज्य था जहां पे के 35 जगह पर 35 दिल्ली हमारे देश के स्टेट और यूनियन टेरिटरीज द फायरवर्क्स वर ओपन, ओनली इट वाज क्लोज्ड इन दिल्ली एंड बैंड इन दिल्ली। आपको लोगों की भावनाओं को भी समझना होगा कि लोग क्या चाहते हैं। इतने मास लेवल पर जब लाखों लोग उस नियम को नहीं मान रहे तो कहीं ना कहीं हमें नियमों में कुछ ढील देनी पड़ेगी। आप कैसे कह सकते हैं कि किसी एक आदमी के कहने पे लोग सारे के सारे
लोग सफर करें? मतलब अगर लोग नहीं मान रहे तो हमें तो ये बात करनी चाहिए कि और सख्ती से इसको इंप्लीमेंट करें। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ये बात कह चुका है, सरकार ये बात कह चुकी है। अगर हम ही इस बात का ध्यान नहीं रखेंगे सोसाइटी के तौर पर, तो ये तो सांस वो लोग भी वैसे ही ले रहे हैं जो पटाखे फोड़ रहे थे, और जहरीली सांस उनको भी लेनी पड़ रही है जो पटाखे नहीं फोड़ रहे थे।
जी मैं आपको थोड़ा सा स्पष्ट करना चाहूंगा। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने पिछले 3 साल पहले ही इस बात को स्पष्ट कर दिया है कि ग्रीन क्रैकर्स अलाउड है। नेशनल एनवायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग नागपुर ने करोड़ों रुपए की रिसर्च के बाद कम पॉल्यूशन वाले पटाखे निकाले और उसको 2019 में लॉन्च कर दिया गया। तब से ग्रीन क्रैकर्स पूरे देश में अलाउड है।
But Mr. Jain, let me tell our viewers, of course, I mean, he has a vested interest in this because he is among the people, those who sell crackers. He is the head of the association. Bharti Chaturvedi, how was last night for you as a Delhiite?
To be honest, I wasn't there because I'm a very, very severe asthmatic. And so on Friday evening, on Saturday afternoon, I left because I just couldn't breathe anymore. And I knew I had to break my asthma cycle, which was going on for 3 continuous days. But I know that it was, I've been monitoring the data. I set up a dashboard, outside of Delhi, and I monitored the data. And I was a bit surprised because I got a lot of calls in and a lot of people burst crackers, which was quite shocking. Because evidently we don't care about our health at all. It's like people saying कि भाई मुझे तो पार्टी करनी है, शराब पी के मुझे चलानी है, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता कौन मर जाए मेरे चलाते चलाते. It's the same attitude. It's unacceptable. And
It
as a
should be
person who
unacceptable
couldn't
for a country like India, which is suffering from bad air quality. Doctors have been telling us year after year, this is going to affect your lungs, this is going to affect the growth of your children, this is going to affect the elderly if we don't wake up now. And it's just not about, I agree that it's just not the crackers which are causing pollution, but we have to contribute with everything that we can, unless we are just waiting for that air apocalypse to in fact take place. Thank you so much to both of you for joining us, just to get the voices of people from both ends of this debate. Let's move on to my second big lead. That's coming in from United Kingdom. Rishi Sunak, ladies and gentlemen, is now the Indian origin Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister of Great Britain. He met, in fact, the King earlier to get the stamp of approval. It is, of course, a historic moment for Great Britain. As 42-year-old, Sunak is the first British Asian and youngest Prime Minister in over 200 years of the history of this island nation. Now, I would just want to, in fact, start with these visuals which you are seeing right now. A lot of people celebrating it. Can we just have those laddu visuals? That's right. These are the visuals. People celebrating it, ready for Rishi. A lot of people from the Asian origin, those who are celebrating Rishi Sunak being made the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. And these are the latest visuals which we have been able to get from London, where celebrations have begun and true Indian style laddus are being fed. But I want to start with the latest from his cabinet, because which is the talking point, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Mr. Sunak's new cabinet, he has asked most of the ministers to quit and has retained a few people. Some controversial choices there as well. Suella Braverman has been reappointed as the Home Secretary. Remember, just a few days back, about 6 days back, she resigned. There were allegations against her for breaking the ministerial code, and post that, she's now back into Rishi Sunak's cabinet. She's also a controversial figure with her stance as far as the immigration is concerned. For a lot of people in India, this will be a matter of concern. Ben Wallace has been retained as the Defence Secretary. James Cleverly retained as the Foreign Secretary. And importantly, Dominic Raab has been reappointed as the Deputy Prime Minister of United Kingdom. So this is the latest, in fact, on this Rishi Sunak Sarkar, the cabinet which he has announced just a short while back. Let me very quickly take you for a live link to my colleague Radhika, who is joining us from London. Radhika, while there are celebrations, I can see a few people behind you as well. I just want to start with this appointment of Suella Braverman, who has been quite critical and quite a vocal opponent of the immigration policy as such. And she coming back into the cabinet, how are people looking at this and what does this mean for India?
Well, we are in the midst of a free trade agreement, and we know that Suella Braverman hasn't been very pro-India, particularly when it came to immigration. She also said that many Indians overstay. Of course, she was stating some facts, and to a great extent what she said was true in terms of numbers. But just the way she said it, and the tenor and the tone, it appeared to many as if it were anti-Indian. And I have with me a few fellow Indians of Indian origin who live here in Britain. I'm going to ask you quickly, are you happy that Suella is now Home Secretary?
In a way, Suella is a very talented person, but I believe her comments of India is not appropriate. But things do change. Working with Rishi Sunak, I am definitely sure that Rishi might have a change of mind for her. And she might realize that, yes, it is not as bad as it seems. Because the kind of person Rishi is, he tries to bring unity in the party. He even posted positive comments about Boris Johnson and Liz Truss. So definitely Suella will have a change of mind.
Okay, how about you guys? Now what, apart from the celebration and the perils of working, you know, is that you get to report a story on laddus that you don't get to eat them because the laddus are over.
Laddus are not over. We have another party.
Oh, lovely.
So all the laddus we accepted there.
What's this party? Tell us about this party.
We are going to celebrate the success of Rishi. He become PM. So we are.
So how are you celebrating?
We are all the campaign who were involved in the Rishi's campaign. Getting involved, getting together, and Indian Gymkhana in Hansalo, and we are we are celebrating.
Okay, okay. So my question now to you is, of course, the 20 kilos of laddu is over. Rishi's, that big moment where he came out of number 10 to share his statement is also done with. Now it's time for him to act and to bring about solutions, and he has very little time and plenty of challenges. So what is your anticipation, and realistically speaking, what do you expect Rishi to roll out, including there is rumor that taxes are going to rise? Would you be happy with that?
I don't think so that taxes is going to rise, because he will try to find out a way to overcome of the current economic situation which UK is facing currently. And my expectation from him would be, being a young generation, being the way he thinks, the way he acts. He will definitely find some better solution for this current economic crisis.
Okay.
And
a lot of hopes and a lot of support.
Hopes, yes, yes.
And of course, I'm going to go across to this very young man. How long have you lived here?
57 years.
57 years, and of course the crisis, they say, is unprecedented, the economic crisis. What magic can Rishi really, realistically...
Let's put it this way. That I have never seen this country in this particular situation before. Not in my 55 years in this country, or 57 years. Now today, Rishi represents the solution for this country economically.
And what is that going to be?
Now, that solution is going to be he will have to take some very, very tough decisions.
And are you prepared for that?
Of course we are prepared for it.
Will you go with him if he were to rise taxes, which is a rumor?
Whatever he needs to do, we will support him.
Okay.
Not just
right.
Indians.
Okay.
He'll have support of everybody around here that we see.
Okay.
Okay. The young English people are very, very supportive of Rishi.
Okay.
Very supportive.
You think so?
I meet them every day.
Okay.
I talk to them every day.
Very briefly, within the Conservative Party, anybody a member of the Conservative
Yes,
Party?
I am.
Now, your party is awfully torn with divisions. How is he going to manage that?
We have to bring about unity, Rishi. Very easily.
Very
Rishi
easy.
is the kind of guy who will bring about unity in the Tory party, and he is going to bring
Is he the Modi
together.
for London? Is he
Yes,
the
Modi.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, folks. I hand it back to you now because, yeah.
Radhika, I think you hit the most important bottom line there at the end. The kind of expectations that people have of him, and for everything related to Indians or India, there has to be a Modi chant there. So now you can go back, try and see if you can get some of those laddus and celebrate with these enthusiastic members of Rishi Sunak's party. Thank you so much for joining us at this moment on Verified. Well, let's move on. My third lead, ladies and gentlemen. Usually, at the end of the show, we try and leave you with stories that are, how else to put it, happy. But this story really is a story that all of us need to sit up and take notice of. A badly injured teenage girl pleads for help, asks people to save her, and men around, and this video will just tell you, and there is nothing else to explain but to in fact take a look at this video. Men around her just stand. They just stand around her, filming her in agony on their mobile phones. Just look at it. I mean, this girl, these are very disturbing visuals. She was found like this. She was in fact missing. She was reported missing. And the next day when she was found, she was in this condition, bleeding profusely, and everybody around her. I mean, if it was up to me, I will just circle the faces of these people just to tell you that, look, is this what we are becoming? Are we completely decaying as a society with such insensitive behavior? I just want, if we can play these visuals full screen, ladies and gentlemen, because this tells a lot about us, who we are. Nothing can be more symptomatic of a society's decay than its people's total and complete lack of empathy for suffering, and this is what this video tells you. Look at that gentleman in white. Look at the other man in the white shirt and kurta along with a gamcha, what is popularly known in Uttar Pradesh. No one helping her out, only filming her agony. This is a very disturbing video. This girl was badly wounded. She pleads for help. She is on the ground and people around her are filming for many, many minutes. And remember, this 13-year-old was found a day after she went missing with multiple injuries to her head, and this happened hours after she vanished from her on Sunday. There is a CCTV footage of that as well. While she was walking, she was all right. But thankfully, the police, which is usually on the receiving end, I was just talking about this CCTV footage where she was last seen absolutely fine near her house and then she goes missing. And I was telling you, thankfully, the police reached the spot, and usually the police is on the receiving end. But this time, this policeman, the cop, picks her up, the girl, and takes her to the auto and takes her. Right now she is in fact in a hospital, but her injuries are quite serious. An FIR has been registered. The police is investigating all angles. But this video, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to put this out for a very simple fact. At moments like this, time is of the essence. And if you can't get over your need for a few clicks and few likes and going viral, trust me, you need to rethink how human you are in face of such videos, such tragedies. Thank you so much for being with us here on Verified. Every single day, we'll try to get you stories that really have an impact on you and on us as a society. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Thank you so much.